How much did you get that Swamp Thing for?
$9.
Mm,
$9 with
mm,
shipping.
mm.
Oddly, nobody was bidding on it.
Where was this at? On eBay?
Yeah, so I found this seller that like I saw that one and I bid on it, and then I started like looking at their list of books or whatever, and
Yeah.
saw that they're basically like doing a whole run, but like
Oh,
all the good keys were not included. It was like so they're doing like all
dickheads.
the other books. There was no first Constantine. That they skipped over that book. No first cameo of Constantine, that was gone. And I was like, oh, so you're just like running the other ones. I was like, all right, well, I'll snatch this. I didn't win the 50, which was the first Dark Justice League Dark.
Oh, yeah. Just League Dark. Yeah,
Somebody
because we
went
talked about
higher
that.
than what I was willing to put down for it.
Yeah.
So
We talked about that last couple weeks ago, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the show that Fedora's book blew up on the next time that DC presents.
DC
First appearance of the Titans.
the X-Men, first appearance of X-Men.
No, Teen Titans. What are you talking about? X-Men, yeah. X-Men in the DC universe, bitch. That'd be awesome, actually.
What?
That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
They should use Deadpool to fucking somehow cut through and merge both for like a little mini series or some shit.
Yeah, that would there'd be a lot of lawyers involved in that whole
I know. Everybody trying to get their piece.
Yeah.
Who gets the bigger chunk, DC or Marvel?
Yeah, cool. What's going on, everyone? I'm gonna close my closet so you guys can see my underwear.
No. Show them your Borat Speedo. I'll just have that hanging in the background, like right there. Everybody can see it. Like, look at that.
I'll show my old school high school swim team Speedo. The size like 19.
They're like,
holy shit.
Like, are you sure that like a kid didn't wear these?
I know, seriously.
It's like I can't get them on my leg.
I know. Well, we're live, man. We got three live right now. This is sad. Everyone hates us. Anyway, Jason, you were gone last weekend. I think you were working during. Were you working?
We did the show on Friday.
Yeah, we did a show on Friday because it was Easter, and
the weekend before I was stuck at work.
Was it the weekend before? So you didn't work on Sunday? You didn't work on Easter? I thought you did.
No, I worked the weekend before, but because the show was on what's it called? Friday. I was at work on Friday.
Obviously. Oh, okay.
Because I don't get off till 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, I thought you were gonna work on Sunday. That's why I moved it. But oh well, that's all good.
No, I think Fedora was working on Sunday, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Oh, good. Well, it is what it is. The show went on. I'm sure. I watched when I could. I watched the whole. I watched the whole rewind, but then I tried to pop in and say stuff here and there.
Yeah, it was good. You had really good commentary, like you always do. That's why I have you on the show, because your commentary is amazing.
Like Ferd's Sith Lord name. I think you guys were talking about Star Wars in one of them, and I said that your Sith Lord name was secretly you were known as Dark Lumpia throughout the galaxy.
Hey man, that's my wife's nickname for me.
Oh.
Oh shit, she heard me. Anyway, let's say what's up to the chat real quick. Spec Media, I'm gonna highlight him real quick. Also known as my homie Richie. He's one of only 2 people I've met in person through this community, and so I'm gonna join him tomorrow on his show. His By the Dip show. It's pretty sweet, man. I usually watch on the rewind because on Mondays I kind of a crazy day, but I will be live with him at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll post his I'll plug him in the chat later on. Paul in 619, what's up, San Diego? What's going on? DJ Wise, Arizona, what's good? Comics and Tortillas, his channel is just growing like crazy. Y'all give him a follow, and always on time. Actually, he's a little bit earlier today. Fedora Khan is in the house. What's going on, man?
Well, I think it looks a little different, the layout.
Man, you got like that. We got like the vertical, like Vanilla Sky Inception view now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The dashboard looks different on the.
I've never seen the dashboard on an iPhone or like a phone in general, so I don't know what it looks like.
I think like updated or something.
Oh, nice. Jason, I actually have something for you because I got multiple copies of it. Now, this isn't a first appearance. I thought it was. However,
Damn, you violated my man's.
Game Pro, issue number 104 from 1995, I want to say. 97, May of 97.
Yeah.
The reason why I got a bunch of copies of this.
First appearance of Cloud in his ninja stance.
Yeah. But dude, it's freaking crazy, man. Like, there's still a subscription deal in here, and there's a review, and there's like Tekken 3s in here, Duke Nukem 3D. Kind of crazy, man.
Should send the subscription in and see if it works still.
Did they
What's
talk
that?
about Duke Nukem
Yes, I did.
Forever?
What did you say, Fedora?
Did they talk about Duke Nukem Forever in there?
Hold on, I can't hear you. Maybe it's my mic. Maybe it's
Duke Nukem Forever. Do they talk
Yeah.
about it?
I mean, no, it's from 97, so I'm not sure if that was around that time.
Or Duke,
Was it?
Duke, yeah, it was.
Oh, I have no idea. My
can't remember,
original shooter game was Wolfenstein 3D, but
I was gonna say like there's like 3 computer games that like carried over, and it was like what
Mhm.
Doom, Wolfenstein, and Duke Nukem. But
Mhm.
like Duke Nukem eventually evolved into kind of the same
Porn.
style of gameplay, didn't it? Because I remember the old PC games, you were like a character that you could see the whole guy.
Wasn't
if I
like
remember correctly, or was that Wolfenstein? I can't remember.
no, I think you're right. I think Wolfenstein evolved like 10 years too late, but wasn't Duke Nukem the one you could like bone chicks and shit?
Duke Nukem became like third person. So they kept releasing the third person games, but Duke Nukem 3D never got like a direct sequel. Duke Nukem Forever was supposed to be the direct sequel,
Oh,
and then it was in development for like 15 years or some crazy shit.
and then GTA came out and started having you could have sex with hookers. Anyway, that's our show. Just kidding. But today, real quick, I'm gonna plug my homie Richie. Hold on a second. Man, there was some comic drama. I'm not really gonna talk about it on the show.
Wait, tell me.
I'll
want
tell you later. It's just not our thing, man. Like,
I know. I just want.
you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm not trying to do that.
I'm
but my
always
boy
in the
Richie,
shadows watching.
huh?
I'm always in the shadows watching the drama.
He's in the shadows.
Never a part of it.
So I'll be joining Richie tomorrow on his Buy the Dip market show on Mondays. So y'all join in. I usually watch this show, like I was saying earlier, on the rewind because it's kind of late on Monday and all that. But it's a pretty cool show. He basically does like, hey, it's like a market report, and they kind of talk about, should you buy this book on the dip? It's pretty cool though. I think he goes around like 8 to 10 comic books, and I'll be joining him again tomorrow around 8:00 Pacific time. So yeah, come through and watch me. I'm always supporting my good friends in the comic verses and stuff. So he asked me to come on, and we'll try and look at some comic books. Anyway,
Ferd is the Marshawn Lynch of the comic book world. He's just trying to restore his community.
I'm trying. I don't know. Southpaw Brad, what's going on, man? Good to see you. He was on the show last week during Gonzaga's butt whipping, or getting their butts whipped by Purdue, who's in the national championship. I'm here for UConn. UConn on the way, baby. I hate Purdue. I don't like Zach Edey. He should have went to the NBA. Like, just get out of here, right? Anyway, yeah. So what we're talking about today, we actually had a lot. I was looking at the list of stuff that we're talking about, and I actually put a bunch of these like. Sorry. What I meant to say is, there's a lot of repeats on our shows, right? Like, it just kind of goes with the market. But I wanted to find some of that low-hanging fruit that maybe people haven't heard about, rare books that may just be out of like the realm of contention, or just like, I've never heard, like, that's kind of a cool video game I didn't think was actually a comic book. That's kind of what it's kind of why our show actually started, was because of a video game. And it's just more of I feel like a more interesting and more involved topic lately. I've definitely been doing a lot more video game collecting than I have comic book collecting. Pickles just told me he was looking at the 4 issues of comic books he just bought in the past like 4 to 6 months. I still got my regular pull. You know, he had some pretty cool comic books. Fedora is always picking out these crazy ass freaking I wouldn't say FOC, but like new comic book variants of the week. And I'm sure he's made quite a bit of people some money or just put people on the hunt for stuff. This pen needs to be thrown away because there's bite marks all over it. I know whose bite marks those are. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the topic of today. Comics Embrace, what's going on, and what up, Mojo Quit? Thanks for coming through. I threw in a little bit of a side or of a curveball on one of these picks. It's a Spawn pick, so everyone that hates Spawn probably gonna hate it. Everyone that loves Spawn's gonna be like, huh. And I kind of want your guys' opinion in the chat. I got 2 George Perez Avengers Reborn signed books. You can send to CGC, whatever. Get CGC Gold or whatever. I need 20 in the chat to give these away. George Perez was my favorite artist growing up, and so they kind of hold something dear to me, but I want to get back to the community, and I have like 5 of these anyway, so I had some extra ones to give away, but we got 12 right now, which I appreciate everyone's support. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends. We're trying to get to 600. Our viewership's actually down a little bit, which I thought was kind of odd. Maybe people don't like what we have to say anymore. I don't know. But I love the people in the chat. Appreciate you guys all joining us on a Sunday. By the way, Pickles sucks. And can you take me higher? That is the saying for today.
I'm gonna see them actually in November.
That's what I said. I was like, I got on. I was like, why did you reference me and then quote Creed afterwards?
Because you remind me of Creed. You remind me of Creed, piece of shit. That's
I do. You're saying I'm your Scott Stapp.
You are my Scott Stapp, cuddling me in Big Spoon style. Anyway, Red Bull with the straw. Interesting. That's what Cody says. Hey, dude, do you ever like? What is your go-to flavor of Red Bull? I mean, do you just go the straight up Red Bull like normal shit, or?
It just depends what store I'm at.
Okay.
The bodega only has like the regular flavor.
Yeah.
But I usually, I mean, I don't know. It's a mix. Like if I have the option, probably like the coconut one.
Oh, coconut. Okay.
Yeah, that one, in my opinion, is the best. And sometimes I'm not feeling Red Bull. Maybe I'm feeling like a NOS or like.
Oh my goodness! Oh shit!
Yeah,
need a little extra kick.
If we did a show, a FOC show just on energy drinks, I'd break the whole thing down, bro. Like I've drank every energy drink, even foreign energy drinks.
Well, Red Bull is considered foreign, isn't it?
No, not really. I
Isn't
drank energy drinks that you could only get in Europe.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we did a FOC on energy drinks, your energy level would just
go crazy.
It would do this.
Taste
not with Jason's.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go that way. Yeah. All right. So let's just get on with the show. Sorry, everybody. We're going to get demonetized here. We're not even monetized. What am I talking about? But yeah. So top comic book top video game comic books you may or may never heard of is what our show is today. Jason, did I send you the list earlier? Like,
yes, I think you sent it to me during the week and I breezed through it, but I didn't recognize a whole lot of it.
Oh, okay, cool. So,
I don't know, like I don't know a whole lot about video game comics, so
me either.
I'll just admit that.
That's okay. Me either. I have no idea. I actually copied these from a CBSI list. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. Paul and 619 kicked energy drinks since Good Friday. It was rough for a week, but now I'm feeling better. Man, I had a friend actually that thought he was having a heart attack, but he had just drank 3 Red Bulls in a row, and he called 911, and they said, "No, you're good, man. Don't worry."
Was he like sitting down, or like was he active?
He was sleeping, and then he woke up and was like having heart palpitations.
That's not good.
I know.
When you drink energy drinks, you constantly have to be like active. Like if you're just drinking Red Bull and you're like sitting down and doing nothing, that's not good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, we got an Amber Alert.
Yeah, I got
Delete.
that too.
Delete. Anyway.
Ferd's gonna run out the house. He's like, I gotta find this kid.
Sorry, guys. Gotta end of the show. Gotta find this kid in fucking Bremerton.
Anyway.
Myself.
That's a long trip.
That's a very long trip.
The ferry trip or a drive around the peninsula.
Like, why would you send this to me? Killer Instinct #1 special. So, Combo Breaker, as you all know, this is like the OG. Like before Marvel vs. Capcom was around, this was the OG. Like, you got to get a combo of like 7,000. I think I got the most I got was like 75 or some crazy number. I loved this game growing up. They had the weirdest freaking characters in this game. There was like a gold version, I want to say, and there's like a really rare like blockbuster version. I saw a receipt go for the actual video game go for like $500. Is crazy, but we're not talking about video games here. We're talking about the comic. But so I saw this listed for $14.99, best offer. I thought that was. I actually almost jumped on it just for nostalgia's sake. I don't know if this is actually going to become like a option kind of comic book, or if this is just nostalgia and you just kind of have it for whatever it's worth. But Acclaim Comics, I gotta assume that's tough and high grade and like really low print run. This is a late 90s comic book though, so it might be kind of higher. Fedora, did you ever play Killer Instinct when you were growing up, or was that kind of
it was pretty popular.
Was that your go-to, or was like Street Fighter your game?
Nah, it wasn't, but I know what it is. A lot of people know what it is.
Yeah.
It was more like if a kid didn't have Mortal Kombat in his house, he had Killer Instinct.
Right.
That was the thing.
Yeah. And Jason, dude, did we ever play this game together?
We did not play this game together. No.
Oh.
I think this was
did it come out like right before we met?
This came out, huh?
I feel like it came out like before we met, because I remember playing with Arnold a lot, my godbrother, and that motherfucker had like the quickest hands ever. I swear to God. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, I thought for $14.99, like that's kind of cool. Like regardless if it comes, and like Paul and 619, yeah, it's a dope game. You never know. But I mean, like, the market still kind of moves a little bit on like option news, a la Evangeline this past week. But I mean, you never know. But for $14.99 for a comic book that came out like 20 plus years ago, I feel like it's kind of a nice opportunity. Maybe pay $10 for it, 15, out the door. Fedora, do you ever see these like in back issue bins ever?
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not a tough one.
Never. There's one that I did see that I sent you, but well, I think it's on the list. But I did send you one because I did see it at our store, so I was like, huh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know if anyone in the chat has this book, but I think the cover's pretty cool if you're a Killer Instinct fan. Maybe get it graded and then get the Killer Instinct game graded as well.
There's a foil one. I don't know if you. There was a foil version of Killer Instinct #1.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I sent it to you in the all black and the red.
Oh yeah, I got your comic books on there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to yours like a little bit later.
I didn't know if you just like put that, but no, you're good.
I think I put all 17 comic books you sent me. I'm just kidding.
It's a long show. Strap in.
Earthworm Jim. I thought so. Like, I didn't play this game. I remember watching friends play it, so it wasn't really my thing. But I feel like this is a slept-on property, and only 17. Okay, cool. I love it. But yeah, I know that the Earthworm Jim strategy guide goes for pretty good money. Currently, there's an 8.0 at the time I made these slides going for $75 with 4 days left. I think that's jumped up to 150. Like it's going to end like in a couple days or so.
150 for 8.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
that's diabolical.
This is like one of those books, like people don't give a shit what grade it's in. They just want it.
I don't understand.
I think it's just nostalgia. There's nothing tied to this, and I don't think anyone's banking on this being tied. I think it's just one of those books that either A was read the shit out of, basically like when kids got this book, and B, it has a nostalgia like that kind of the cult following. It fits kind of in that realm. And Earthworm Jim's just a weird freaking. It was a weird game, dude. Jason, did you ever play this game when you were growing up?
Yeah, so this was like right in that realm of like, I guess Crash Bandicoot would be considered like their like more normal game out of the three, but it was like they had this, Toe Jam and Earl, and Crash Bandicoot all came out at kind of the same time. And they were all very weird characters.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like Earthworm Jim, all three of those, like they still carry on today. Like there's still games that come out. People get excited when they hear that there's like a new Toe Jam and Earl property or like Earthworm Jim. I mean, granted, like the games were fun, but I don't really know exactly what the, like, I guess like cult following of it is necessarily. Like it wasn't something where I was enamored enough to be able to want to spend like $150 for like an 8.0 in the comic of it.
Yeah. I know, you know, like when I think of like buying stuff, like nowadays especially, I'm just kind of like, well, am I buying this because it's like a FOMO thing, or like am I into it because it seems like it's going to be rare or I'm going to hold on to for a long time? And I think nowadays I'm like, my mindset's two things. One is like, I want to get it because I think it's going to be, it's like lower about. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, what was that? You throwing a party? You didn't invite us?
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that, Fedora?
See what? What am I looking at?
He had balloons like fly up on his screen for some
Crazy,
reason.
dude. That was creepy as hell.
We got hacked.
I got hacked. Sorry. Anyway, my thought process is like, I'm gonna pay like good money for something that I really want, that brings me back, that brings that nostalgia back, right? Oh, it's a thing with Apple phones, but I'm not an Apple. I'm on my MacBook Pro. Anyway, and or like I'm like, dude, that's undervalued, or I see like, you know, there's I know something that the seller doesn't know, that kind of thing. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, TJ Wise. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I think this kind of fits that category of like, if I were to buy it, if it's an 8.0 for $75 with 4 days left, like I'm gonna buy that book and I'm gonna inspect it. I'm gonna try and crack it, press it, and get an 8.5 or 9.0. That's kind of my mentality nowadays, which is kind of what I've been saying for the past, what we've been saying for the past few months. I felt, Fedora, like this was like both yours and mine, but I put it on there anyway. The Witcher #1. I know this is like one of those properties that's already like hit Netflix. It's had a couple seasons. There's a pretty big following like with the property in general. I don't know if this is a buy opportunity right now. I saw 9.8 listed for $225. I wouldn't necessarily pay that much. I don't think I'd pay $100 for this, but that's just me. I don't know what the future value of this book is, but is this like one of those buy opportunities because like it's already gone to Netflix option news, or like are kids going to be wanting to buy this like 5 years from now? Fedora, what do you think?
Oh, I don't. That's hard, right? Because I know that there's like a lot of hardcore Witcher fans, but I think they're like mostly all like into the books. I do see people that come in and ask if we have Witcher comics, but that's kind of few and far between.
Yeah.
Like when a new season of the show comes out, people be like, "Oh, you got Witcher comics?" Like yada yada yada. But it's not. It's like there's certain things that I see. Like I remember we were talking about Avatar. Like people ask frequently enough, like, "Yo, you got Avatar comics?" We got Avatar comics, and then I'm like, "Huh, maybe I should look into that first appearance." Like with The Witcher, I don't really get that much, and all of like the hardcore, like if people that really really love The Witcher, they tend to gravitate more towards the books.
Okay.
Because I know that Gen Z people like Witcher, but it's like mostly girls, and they read like the actual novels. So
I see.
Yeah, I don't. It's a weird one. It's like I like it, but I don't.
Yeah, you like the property, but you wouldn't invest in it or like spec on anything.
Nah,
it's kind of where I feel like too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pickles, have you ever seen The Witcher? I've never seen it, but have you?
Like the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've
Is it pretty
watched
good?
all the. I've watched every season of the show. I watched the prequel series that they had, or whatever it was. Was it Witcher Blood Origin or Blood something? And then I think they had an anime. I watched that as well.
Yeah. Hey, Fedora, I'm gonna mute you for a second, okay? Oh, Pickles. Oh, okay. It's worth. He did an amazing job. Okay, cool. I've never watched it, so I'm always looking for like new stuff. But
my thing is that so like they're pivoting because like Henry Cavill,
yeah,
played Geralt, and he's like kind of the main character, but he is like a truist. He's like, we already have the novels. Like, I want to stick to this. Like, blah blah blah. And they basically are moving on from him as the lead now, and they're going with like Liam Hemsworth. I think that might be where they lose me. I'll give it a shot because he's built this character up so well, and like has read everything. Like he's like that's why he wants to do it. He wants to do homage to the books.
Yeah,
and they want to go in a different direction and vary too far from the actual like story, and he's not down with that. And so I don't know what I know. There's a lot of people that are pissed about it. I don't know if it's going to lose viewership. Maybe they cut it after the next season. I don't know where they're going because I don't even know if Liam Hemsworth is coming in to continue the Geralt of Rivia like storyline, or if he's going to be a different Witcher because Henry Cavill's character is still alive. So I don't know.
damn.
There's a lot of questions for the new season coming up that I don't know about. Because I haven't really like looked into it. I was just like, I'll just wait for it to happen.
Yeah, that's a lot of drama. Cool. I mean, like I watched like a part of a season, and then I had kind of PTSD from Neverending Story when Atreyu and Zartax are in that muddy, like the despair thing, and I turned it off. So
you were caught in a mud pit.
You remember Neverending Story, right?
Yeah. Atreyu.
Yeah. No, it's Artax. Artax. Artax, don't give in to the despair. Or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. So I stopped watching it, but I'll give it a shot. What's up, Kingdom Nerds? Good to see you, Bruce. Moving on. We're about 20 minutes in. Thanks all 12 for watching us today. We're 12 away from 600 subscribers. And again, I need 20 people in the chat today to send these off and stay in line at USPS. And I hate doing that, but I will send off 2 signed George Perez signed books that you can send to CGC and get CGC gold label and all that good stuff. So anyway, Dragon Age #1. There's 2 series. Is that even a word? That I was gonna pick from, but thanks, DJ Wise. Yeah. I've watched some of your stuff too, man. It's good stuff. I enjoy your show and I'm perusing through. So thanks for coming through, man. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, when the horse drowned, man. That was a word. Like 8 years old, seeing a horse drown. Nice.
Dude, that's why I'm saying we were like one of the last generations that just got the fucking movies that set you up for life, man. They're just like they're like, watch this shit when you're like 6 years old. This is what it's like.
Like, he does come back at the end because people read.
Yeah, now kids watch like Dora the Explorer and they think that it's going to be like doo-doo-doo. We were like, you should see you show them like the stuff that we watch. Like, have you ever seen The Secret of Nim? Huh? It's scary.
Have you ever seen Land Before Time? Mom, wake up. Another. Okay, I don't know what. I'm crying. It's all coming back. Dragon Age #1, the comic book. This has been optioned. It's a very beloved video game. And I would say this is like for $25 in a near mint, hopefully a 9.8 book, which I've seen these go for. Watership Down. I was just thinking about that one. God damn it. Okay. Anyway, Dragon Age. I think this is a great buy. I have the strategy guide in this. I have the video game sealed. There's some time that I think so Netflix has talked about optioning this, but I think for me, this is a PS2, PS3 game that I feel people, when they get older, they're gonna see like the memories of this game. And when the show comes out, I think it's gonna hit nostalgia like big time. But $20 for a near mint EA Comics. I don't know the publisher. Sorry, I didn't have time to look up the actual details of this, but I saw the price for $20, man. I bought one. I think I was like $25 out the door. I mean, shit, man, we're buying multiple copies of My Little House on the Prairie Pony, My Little Pony. Shit, why not $20 for an optioned beloved fantasy comic that cover is amazing. Fedora, if you would see this on the shelf, brand new, based on the cover, like what's your thoughts on the cover? I'm just talking about cover wise.
I mean,
honest opinion, man, it's all good.
I'd probably skip it. I'd probably skip it.
It says that it was IDW.
Yeah.
Oh, it's IDW. Okay.
Oh, rest in peace, IDW. They getting mopped out there. Yo, you
IDW.
heard about what happened?
No, what happened?
They laid off 40% of the company.
Oh, yeah.
They got mopped.
They got mopped.
Yeah.
So I know you probably pass on this, but like, are you a fantasy guy? Like when it comes to like,
yeah, of course. I finished Origins, and
okay.
I put like 1,000 hours into Inquisition. That was like the last good game EA made.
Was that on PS2 or 3? I can't remember.
It was on 360. I can't remember what Origins was on, but
okay.
I remember playing both. I remember.
Chad, I don't know if you guys know, but
PS4 was on.
Okay.
It was on. Yeah, it was PS4.
PS4.
PS4 was Inquisition, and then I played Dragon Age Origins on Xbox 360.
Is Inquisition the original game?
No, it's Origins. I think Origins was the first one.
Oh,
or at least it was the first one that I played. But Inquisition is hands down the best one.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll come out with a new game for like the new systems, because like I wonder if like video game studios are like, no, 3 was Inquisitor. Okay, see, PS3, that was kind of my thought process. So PS3 came out what, like 2006, 2007, something like that?
Came out 20 years ago, 2006. Well, we're almost at the 20-year mark of PS3, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, so like if you're born in the late 90s, like buying a PS3 is your first PlayStation console. Like for me and Jason, our first consoles were like Nintendo. So it's the funny thing about these properties that we're talking about today is like that's going to be the nostalgia for dudes like 5 to 10 years from now, and that's kind of my my thought process with these books that we chose. Man, love it. What
said this thing saying that like the high grades in this go for like 35. It was only a 6-issue limited series, it says. But
so probably a super low print run too.
As of
I can't imagine many stores ordered that.
As of a year ago, it says that it was rumored to be in works of a live action and animated thing on Netflix.
Yeah, and so I remember when they announced that these books like went up to like 35 to 40. The one I found was like 21. And like guys in the chat, like if you're, I'm not. You can look at the sellers on eBay. Like I'm not one of those guys that goes on YouTube and says like, oh, like I get this for $20 and I have it listed on. I don't have this listed. But if you are curious, I mean, go right now, like open up a browser and look for it. What I'm just trying to do with this show is just trying to show like actual listings for it and like solds. So yeah, if you guys are interested in buying these, like go for it. That's what the show's for. So anyway, all right, moving on. Doom. We were talking about Doom earlier today, and oop, I didn't mean to do that.
Yo,
sorry, yo. Got some weird ass difficulties with myself today. I apologize. This is the one-shot reprint. Supposedly, I don't know what it was a reprint of, but I think this book was a giveaway. Chat, if that's incorrect, let me know. This like cover is so Doom to me, like the OG Doom. When I was used to play the game in shop class. It's published by ID Publishing, so I gotta assume that there's not that many in high grade, and there's not that many printed in general. Jason, I know you played Doom because you were talking about earlier in the back in the day. Did you ever run across this book ever? Or did you even know it existed?
I have not run across it. If I saw it, I would probably buy it just because of the art. Like it gives me, I don't know who did the art on it, but this looks a lot like the art style for Art Adams when he did Long Shot.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, I like it.
I really dig that kind of like old school. So if I had seen it, I probably would have bought it, especially if it was like, oh hey, it's like a dollar bin book. Sweet, here, let's grab that.
Yeah,
just
100%.
because I like the art on it.
This is like one of those, like, you're at a comic book store and like, you run across it, you don't really care like what the grade is, and like if it's if it's a dollar bin book, it's like, oh cool, you got that for $1. That's pretty cool. I couldn't really find any good data as far as market prices are concerned with this book, but I gotta assume it's probably pretty high just because people are probably, I should say that. Let's look it up. And Fedora, man, have you seen this book anywhere at all? Ever?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay.
I haven't seen it anywhere, honestly.
All right, there's no way we're gonna find this in dollar bins. Look at this.
No.
This is Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Do you have a straw?
Holy cow! So this is super rare. It's a convention. This guy wants this in an 8.0 for $1,500.
So look. So this is my opinion on that. I think you could find this in a dollar bin. I think you could go to a shop and see this, and the shop owner not knowing like what it's worth. Because as big as the LCS that I work at is, as big and as ginormous as we are, stuff slips by the radar like a lot, and they have a team of people that look through these things, look through these prices. So like you there's people that find insane things in dollar bins.
Sure.
So if you're in the New York area, go out to Astoria, Queens. There's some insane finds that stuff that you would never believe would be in there. But anyways, so I could definitely see. This book is pretty rare, and Doom is such like a popular IP. But I can't even really imagine like Joe Schmo in Iowa knowing. He comes across like a collection, he buys it, flips through it, sees this book. He don't know what the fuck it is, and is he really
Cody?
Cody
really in Iowa?
Yeah. So,
don't say Joe Schmo in Iowa. Say Cody Schmo in Iowa.
Cody Schmo, the Schmo. I'm gonna call him the Schmo. The Schmo in Iowa. Like I just feel like this is definitely one of those books where I could see you making a come up in like the $10 bin area or like the 15. Like I just feel like that book gives me this energy. Like you're gonna find a fucked up copy for $1.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that book.
Yeah, cool. It's pretty cool, man. I just looked at the prices. Some dude was asking $6,000 for a 9.0. Go.
Yes.
Fucking
dick.
Apparently, there's like a second printing of this too.
Jesus Christ, Jason.
I'm just looking up the details here. So it says like it was a promotional issue given away at a gaming convention in '96. So the first printing can be identified by the black warning banner at the top of the cover with red text fully italicized. First printing can also be identified by the issue number 1, not italicized, and then the second printing, it's basically reversed.
Is the second printing like rarer? Or is it harder?
It doesn't say. I don't even see. It doesn't even show me like a variant to be able to get to see what a second printing looks like. So be careful if you're buying it because there might be a huge difference in the price, and you don't want to end up with the short end of the stick. Apparently, I guess that's what I'm saying.
So put it like this. There ain't even a picture of the second print.
Yeah.
They ain't even got a picture. So happy hunting, because you could definitely find that out there.
Happy hunting, you Yeti.
Go make some money,
people. Cody's gonna be like, yo, I found this yesterday.
Yo, I found this yesterday in a newspaper. I don't know.
It was just wrapped up on a subway in a newspaper.
Yeah, along with an Action Comics number 1. In a closet that I bought from an 85-year-old granny.
God, I saw that freaking what is it, that heritage
the heritage auction
Superman thing or whatever that's like going, they're saying like 5 million or something like
it's
that.
It's sold for 6.
Dude, and there's a 9.0 out there somewhere in someone's granny's closet or something.
The problem is it's like it's probably going to some like person who doesn't really need it.
How much do you think a 9.8 will go for?
A 9.8?
Yeah.
The size of a small country in the Caribbean.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know, man.
It's like which YouTube celebrity is going to buy it?
Jeff Bezos.
Jake Paul or whatever, one of the Paul brothers is gonna buy it, and he's gonna wear it like as a it's gonna be supreme, you know.
I would. Fuck it. I would wear that shit as a chain.
The 9.0 was the one stolen from Nicholas Coppola. Holy shit. You guys ever seen the account? Nicholas Coppola. Oh, I guess Nicholas Cage. Yeah, because he's like the nephew, right? Oh, I see what you did there, ET Comic Collector. I see what you did. Okay. All right. Street Fighter 1. What'd you say?
It's up using real names and stuff.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Pretty sure you say Emilio Sheen.
So that 9.0 would never surface, because if it does, you're gonna get mopped by the feds.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Fedora, thank God Pickels is here, man. You know, like, you know, his employer hasn't mocked him yet.
Oh shit, yo. Yeah, yo. He was like, oh, he's working late night at Bowen. I'm like, yo, that's scary. That's scary.
Commander Cody says Chun-Li for life. I've seen this book hella times. I mean, there's no mystery to this book existing or anything cool. I mean, that Doom rabbit hole was pretty fun. I gotta be honest. I wonder why they don't do a movie for this. Oh, that's why. Capcom. That's probably why.
Because it's garbage. Because it's gonna be garbage.
And I want to say, like, do you think, Fedora, do you think this is overprinted? Do you think this is like high print run?
We had a near mint copy of this for $20.
Shit. I mean, nostalgia alone. I mean, I think that's worth 20 to 25 at least. You know, get it graded, yada yada. Like I said, high grades go for 150 plus. I'm assuming that was probably best offer. I didn't know the actual amount, but there's not a lot to say about this book. I don't see any, like, I mean, the last Street Fighter movie that came out was the one with Van Damme, which was pure cinema gold, in my opinion. But
we had the Legend of Chun-Li
with old.
That might be a better comic.
With old Raul Julia as M. Bison.
Oh my God! Rest in peace. That's right, dude. Yeah. Why was he fucking M. Bison?
I don't know. That was
because his kids, I think his kids were like fans of the game or some shit. I don't know. That's how
What's that?
I think his kids were like fans of the game or something like that. I don't remember.
That's some bullshit.
But he did have the hardest bar in any movie ever to this day. He was like, when he met Chun-Li, he was just like, the day you met me was the most important day of your life. For me, it was just Tuesday. And I was like, damn, bro. That was a bar.
Spider Guy Murph's got a question. So I was waiting for this book to come out because I knew you were going to show this exact book. Oh, okay. I actually have a Street Fighter #1 made by a completely different publisher, Udon Press. So funny you say that, because there is a book by Udon Press I have, but I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know. And that's pretty cool.
Well, Udon does a lot of Street Fighter books. Like they do a lot of #1s. I think they're like the only people that do it. We got a lot of like other hardcovers and shit like that.
Yeah,
they're pretty low print. And I know people go crazy for them. Not crazy, but I do get frequent people ask for them, the Udon ones.
Yeah.
And I know some of them go for like some serious money, depending on which ones they are and what characters are on it. So,
I mean, Udon Press, I feel, is like one of those publishers. If you see it, it's your mother in 1993 or 94. It's from either. It's like, it's your mother. Is that something new? Whatever. By the way, we got 18 live. We're almost. I mean, that's 2 away from the giveaway. So, y'all tell someone to run through Tell someone to come through real. Oh, sorry. Tell your friends to come through real quick. Hey, Fedora, I'm gonna meet you again, man. Sorry.
Hi,
Oh,
kids. Hide your wise.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm be more than happy to give this away, but I do need 20 in the live chat. But I do appreciate everyone coming through. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to do more giveaways. Hit that 600 mark. And if we do hit 600, I will do a slab giveaway of a 9.8 book that Jason forgot to get back for me, and so I pressed it and got 9.8 out of it. I'm just kidding. I didn't steal any of your books. I promise. He's gonna kill me. DJ Y says, "Nimi, the Chun-Li Van Damme series is a Disney princess and Phoenix show." Okay, cool. I like it. Now I had this on the list before Brian's show on Friday. Metal Gear Solid: Sons of Liberty. Everybody knows this book. This is like one of my favorite books or video games of all time. I would say, hey, what up, dog? I would say like it's my most second favorite game ever. Because you can replay it so many times. Jason, you should totally do for Halloween or for SummerCon next year? I'll be the box, and you be like one of the enemies, and then you're like, huh? And I'll follow you with the box.
Yeah.
We just hit 20 live, so I'll definitely do the giveaway for the 2 George Perez signed comic books at the end of the show. And I'll do kind of a little quiz at the end. And then we'll pick off that one, or maybe I'll ask Jason should we just do like a spin the wheel, or do you guys want me to like quiz you all, or we can pick favorite or whatever. I'll ask Jason later on at the end. But Brian's show, or no, it was actually Stein's show. They highlighted a Metal Gear Solid: Sons of Liberty, another book here. Let me see if I have it. But all these covers were just like solid, like just different. No pun intended. It's all Snake. But this one is going for $450. I don't know if I love this art or hate it, because it seems pretty basic, but it's so like original. But how tight would it be to get like a signature of Ashley Wood like in white, like across that? I think that'd be pretty sick. I believe this is a foil book. According to them, it was a retailer incentive variant that was given out to retailers, but I think $450 is pretty expensive just because there's not a lot of chatter about this comic book. However, I feel like Metal Gear Solid fans are pretty loyal, and a completist would probably want this book as well. So first off, I'm going to go to Fedora, man. Metal Gear. So there's talks of a Supreme Metal Gear collaboration. Just kind of random, I know. But what was your favorite Metal Gear game?
I don't really have a favorite. I have a favorite Hideo Kojima game.
Okay.
But I don't have a favorite like Metal Gear. I think the series altogether was pretty good. But I don't know, man. I feel like 400 for Metal Gear. Like if I'm gonna spend 400 on something Hideo Kojima related,
yeah,
you already know what I'm gonna buy. It wouldn't be the comic. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Boom! Just gets his bike car. Why is everyone talking about Metal Gear Solid: Sons of Liberty and not issue 0? I don't know. I was just going off the art on this one, but 0's pretty cool too. I don't know. I assume I got kind of lazy on this list. I have looked for the 0 issue, but I feel like there's not as many pages in that book. Maybe that's why. DJ Wise AZ PS1 version, that was, dude. Yeah, I mean seriously, I loved that video game. I probably if they were to ever relaunch a game, I would buy that game. Pickels, what's your favorite Metal Gear Solid version?
Probably the first one.
Yeah,
that was the one that got me hooked back into it, I would say, because I remember playing the original Metal Gear on NES, And then I never got to play the second one, which I believe was Metal Gear Solid 2. I think that was Solid Snake.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved to the PS1, and that's where I started playing it again.
I'm a hot take. I'm gonna go with a Metal Gear Solid.
I'm gonna buy this though soon
on PS3.
They got their spring sale on the store right now, and it's like $15 for the entire
that whole series
Solid run. So yeah. I'm just gonna like buy it and replay them. And it comes with the original two it comes with the NES and the both the NES versions too, or Nintendo versions.
I liked the PS3 one. I'd buy that console. I have it on my watch list. It's like $800, but that's just a PC theme for me. I'm weird. James Kreider, I found the Zero one you're talking about. It's pretty cool too, man. I don't know if that's like a signature there, but yeah, I don't know why people don't talk about this book. I kind of like the other one better, but I'm weird. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I wouldn't buy any of them. In my opinion.
They're just really expensive, right? I mean,
I'd rather take like the extra $100 and buy like a copy of Snatcher.
Yeah,
like it makes more sense because like I don't know, like I think for me at least, like as like a loyalist of like Hideo Kojima, I even have a Hideo Kojima tattoo, like the Fox logo. So it's like for me, like as a huge fan, I played all of his games. I played Police Knots, played Snatcher, I played all the Metal Gear series, played the Nintendo ones. I don't know. Like, I just think like the comics is like, they're just really expensive.
Yeah.
And I feel like longer term, it just makes more sense to buy Snatcher than it would be to like buy the comic. Because I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the comic is not going to get any higher. Like I don't see that going from like 400 to 800 or 4 to 7 or like. But I do see that happening with Snatcher, where like more people find out about how influential he is, and you know he's becoming more mainstream, and video games are a thing. People are going to want to replay Snatcher. It might get transferred to portable console at some point. So that's where I feel like if you're gonna put your money into Metal Gear Solid Hideo Kojima, get Snatcher, in my opinion. If you could get a good deal for it.
Yeah, because like I feel like, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna even repeat. I'm not gonna even say what I was gonna say because basically what you said. I think personally, like these books are a little bit overinflated. It's one of those like if you have the book, you're probably not gonna let go of it unless you get like a really good price because everyone has a price, right? But like as a buyer, I don't really, there's not a lot of data out there for these, so I couldn't really find it. And yeah, there's just so many other things you could buy physical versus like the paper, right? You could get the first magazine appearance of this, which I'm going to highlight on Tuesday. I got a bunch of, just real quick, man, I was talking about earlier in the show. I got this Game Pro magazine for Pickels because I thought this was the first mention of Final Fantasy VII. It's not. But I'm going to talk about what actually was the first appearance of Final Fantasy VII in a magazine on Tuesday on our other show. So yeah. And Nemesis Prime joining the chat. What's going on, man? I'll do a quick review of everything before we do the giveaway. And man, thanks for stopping by, man. We've been on this weird wavelength of like just stuff that I think both of us are looking for. And every single time I post something, he's either got it or like, damn, dude, like I'm looking for that. So I appreciate him coming through. And if you guys don't follow Nemesis Prime on any social, like do it. He's good people, East Coast dude. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. So this is for you Spawn people. I've been it's funny. I was looking for like Final Fantasy comic books one day, and what's up, Creed? Thanks for coming through, man. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We're doing a giveaway at the end. I remember, and I was looking through like old magazines, and like I remember like telling some guys in our magazine chat and just other stuff. and I found this Spawn video game ad, and I felt like the art's like really cool. It's probably like on an 8x10. And I actually bought. I'll show you what I bought. And I don't know if it's even a wizard or like what, but I had this Final Fantasy VII like preview basically, and I don't know if this is going to be a thing later down the road, but this is kind of like your low hanging fruit for the future. You could buy this for like $7.99 to $8, and you could press it. I mean, this one it like came perfectly. I don't know if there's going to be any value later down the road, but like it's kind of risky, right? But my thought process is like no one's doing this right now. But if you could find old magazines, and not necessarily because of like the interior of or the first appearances or whatnot, but like these old kind of like advertisements, maybe get it signed by somebody. When it like, or just have it displayed as like a poster. I don't know. These may go up in value as people kind of it's nostalgia, right? It's like I kind of compare it to like those old catalogs from like KB Toys or like Best Buy or Toys R Us. I don't know if this is going to be a thing, but the Spawn video game ad, again, like you can find these for $9.99 and $7.99. Who knows? I think either way, it's kind of a cheap way to, I don't know, take you back to that time when you were playing the Spawn video game. I couldn't find a Spawn video game comic book, but I stumbled upon this. I know we have some Spawn lovers in the chat, so this is for you guys. For $7.99, I think that's pretty cool, but don't encourage people to invest in Spawn advertising. I'm not necessarily encouraging people, it's just food for thought. But but they're gonna come after me after they lose money. Okay, I guess like come after me for the $7.99 and take me to court. It's totally fine. But yeah, no, I know you're messing with this. But yeah, I thought of Comics Embraced. When I thought about this, I thought about E2 Comic Collector about his hatred for Spawn, and I thought about myself just because like I thought this was like a cool thing to have. I mean, Cloud looking at Midgar, are you freaking kidding me? And maybe going the cheap way, buying an old Wizard magazine from like 97 and clipping it, framing it up. I don't know. It's a way out there spec, but just something to think about. Fedora, when you look at an old magazine and you see like these older advertisements, like do you get kind of the feels for this type of stuff?
There was a customer who like he's like he cleans like he has like a house and he has like a lot of collects stuff from like his whole life. So usually he comes by the shop and he asks people like, hey, what do you like? And then when he's going through like his basement, he'll bring some stuff based on like whatever. He's like, oh, I was thinking about you. I saw this in my closet. Here, take it, but just don't sell it. So
yeah.
He knows that I like video game magazines, so he gave me a bunch of video game magazines, and I was like, man, like that's so cool. So yeah, I guess it does. I mean, I definitely think like as we move past, we're moving into like the new age. It would be cool to like if you're gonna sell something in like a lot, you'd have like a whole time capsule of like the game, the advertisement.
Yeah.
Like you could people would kind of like to go back in that time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like, and I'm not trying to say this to be like a gatekeeper, but everybody likes to fancy themselves a collector of something, so you'll probably start to see more like when you go to people's houses, you might see like a little stand of like people that collect shit. I know Spawn is mainstream. He's like a mainstream indie guy. And I know people who aren't really into comics, because I get a lot of tourists who aren't really like super into comics, but they really love Spawn. So I could definitely see that being like, oh, I'll buy the advertisement, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, and then they'll have like a little shrine of said character, whether it's Sonic, Spawn, Mario, whatever. So I think that you're not far off.
Yeah. So. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, again, I mean, like, don't go out and buy like 17 different advertisements and all that. I just thought it was kind of a cool, because I buy a lot of magazines. Huh?
If they're into that, because there's a Spawn Dreamcast game, the Spawn PS2 game, There's the Spawn Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, there's a ton of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to, hey man, if you want to
Collect what you
go
like.
down that journey,
Actually, don't ever. We don't say that saying in the show. Collect what you like. Pickles. I know you collect people's fingers, but would you be down for collecting?
collect what you like.
What?
When it comes to comics, I hate when people say like, and just the comic book world, I don't like when people say collect what you like, because that's like you don't, when you're 80 years old, you don't want a box of like valueless crap taking up space that you can't get rid of, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just like you wasted money because you wanted to collect what you paid. You paid a $300 variant back in fucking 2010. Now it's 2060 and it's worth like fucking $50 because you wanted to collect what you like. And I'm just like, come on, guy. Like, I don't like when people say that, because whatever. Let's just move on.
I got a request
Collect
from
what you
Nemesis.
read.
But Jason, back to you. What do you?
I'm just trying to come up on a friggin' Lion King Sega Genesis ad. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, I've actually like not like
Aladdin.
in all honesty, man. That's not like a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be kind of cool. I mean, I never played. I actually, you know what? I did play that game.
Or like what was that? Fucking the Beavis and Butthead video game. I'll bet you there's an ad for that where you had to like couch fish to get your Guar tickets.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I do remember that game, dude. That was a funny freaking game. What was another game I was thinking of? Remember that Surf's Up game?
Yeah.
By TC. It was like on
Surfing
Nintendo.
Sport.
Yeah, dude. You remember that game? Holy
Yeah.
shit, that was a fun game. I had a request. I was gonna put this Nemesis in the chat or the slides today, but hold on. But I feel like this has been talked about like a lot. And I think I've talked about it before too, as like one of like the grails or whatever to get. But man, yeah, but this is a great book. Twisted Metal 2, Holy Grail. This one's a near mint. It's not graded, which I thought was weird. Why wouldn't you grade this? But I've seen the 8.0s go for like a band or two. So but yeah, that was one I was gonna put in the chat, but like I was like, I feel like a lot of people always know about that book. So anyway,
I didn't look, but did that book ever get an uptick when the show came out?
When our show came out?
No, the Twisted Metal show on Peacock.
I don't think
I saw the
so.
first
I'm not
episode
sure,
or two of it, and then my Peacock thing was gone.
Is it over?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
season was.
It was.
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Great.
What I saw,
really good.
I'll definitely watch it. I feel like it didn't get enough press, but
it was like kind of a like more action comedy kind of like they did it from the first two episodes that I saw. They did it well. I just didn't. Like I said, my Peacock was gone after that.
Wait, what'd you say? Your
my Peacock is gone. That shit ran away. Feathers flying everywhere.
Yeah, the first one's only like 500. You know, it's crazy.
I was here about.
Yeah, it's a definite ghost.
Except this dude though.
I can't play Twisted Metal. Like I would puke after playing that game because like you're just going in fucking circles and shit, man. I'll have to watch that show though for sure. This I thought was kind of cool. I didn't know about this book until I was doing some research, but Valiant video game or Game Boy comic. Like what other system or console has their own comic book? I don't think any. So just for me, pure nostalgia, and I used to have a Game Boy. I wouldn't mind buying this for $30, like in quote unquote high grade or just having it. I'm not grading as much stuff anymore. I think I just want to do like I think I just want to put stuff in like, like just frame it in like a poly bag or something. And I think I would want to like a 9.2 or something at least to have this. But yeah, man, I feel like this is an undervalued book. Fedora, Game Boy, Nintendo, good shit. What do you think about this book, man? What up, Hack?
I don't have any. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think anything Nintendo is always a good buy, especially
Yeah,
on the cheaper end. So yeah,
sure.
yeah, that's good.
Um,
That's good.
yeah, no doubt. Pickles. What have you ever seen this comic book before? I swear I saw it at Arcane, but I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think I've ever seen it before. That's why I was just looking it up. There's actually like more of them too. They got like a whole Ford thing run.
A
All
whole
featuring
Ford thing run?
Mario's in some sort, huh?
There might be a first appearance in there somewhere.
Maybe.
And
I
then
don't
there would
know.
have to be, right?
It
Good
was
old
just said
KC might
it's
have
a
it.
4-issue comic book series inspired by the handheld video game. It was Valiant Publishing did it. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it up there, Valiant.
James Carter says, I rank Game Boy comic right there with 80s Radio Shack TRS comics. I like it, man. I mean, I wouldn't spend like a lot of money on it, but
I
yeah,
mean,
I like it, but I get where you're coming from.
they
And Creed,
go.
man, yeah, go for it, man. Like I said, check on the eBays right now. I don't know how much it's going for, but there's a couple copies up there. You could either hunt for it. I bet you could find this in a dollar bin somewhere, man, for sure. I feel
I
like you
dig
could just
the
a little
issue.
bit.
I think the
Not
issue three. I think the issue 3 and 4 covers are a little bit more my style, though.
Oh, really?
Issue
Why?
issue 3 has got Mario flying in a plane next to a fighter jet, and issue
Of
4
course,
has him
yeah.
inside like some nuclear reactor thing, trying to shut it down with a a plumber's wrench. Like I don't think that's gonna work, Mario. Like plumber's wrenches do not work on nuclear
How
reactors.
about that advertisement for the Nintendo movie thing? What is that? What is that? Do you guys know what he's talking about? Do you guys
You're
know what
talking about
TGY
the
is talking about?
wizard, the wizard.
The Wizard.
Oh, I remember that game with Fred Savage, where they take his little I don't remember, like I don't think they touch on it back then, but I feel like his brother might have had autism. Maybe.
Yeah.
Remember he was like really quiet
And
and
he
just kind
was
of played.
like,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
The Wizard. There you go. Yeah. What was he like?
He was like, California.
Yeah.
I
That was like
remember watching it when I was a kid. I was like,
And it was a perfect advertisement for Mario 3 because everybody wanted that fucking game after that movie came out. And it was like,
Bro.
right? It was on the armband or whatever that dude. All it fucking was
The
a
Power
controller
Glove.
with a fucking armband on it. Stupid.
the Power
Anyway.
Glove.
The Power
Power
Glove,
Glove, there
bro.
you go.
Friggin', even Freddy Krueger references that in Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare. He puts it on. He's just like the guy was like it was like he was in a video game on the thing, and Freddy was playing it on his thing. He's like, "It's the Power Glove."
Your guys' impersonations are killing me today. Fedora, these next few are yours. Real quick before you go into this, I just want to thank everyone for coming through. Stay until the end of the show. I'm gonna do that giveaway for the George Perez, whatever how you want to say it. 2 signed Avengers comic books from my childhood. I have a few other ones that I'm gonna get graded, but I just want to give away to the show or to the viewers on the show. So stay tuned at the end. We're gonna do a giveaway. Fedora, this is your Killer Instinct book that you were talking about. Like, what is this, dude?
Oh, so this is a retailer incentive, actually. It was like a retailer foil incentive. And I think Jim, they might have did like a convention or some shit with a bunch of people signed it. Now, I like the Killer Instinct. I like Killer Instinct because it's still a relevant property, and I know Microsoft owns it, and they've been doing some really cool things with it. They had like some really cool guest characters in the last one that came out, and Ed Boon from Mortal Kombat said that he'd be open to doing a crossover with Microsoft at some point if they ever wanted to do it, which I think would fucking be bananas if they did. So maybe that would happen someday. So I was looking at some of the Killer Instinct stuff online, and I saw this, and beat up copies of the triple signature are going for like $75, or that I've seen one sell for. So, so I can't find any of these in high grade. So if you could find a triple signature of this in high grade, again, CGC, you don't need a witness anymore. So if you could find this in high grade, You get a 9.8 in that, and it's black. That's definitely something that's going to be hard to find. It's foil, so maybe there's like a better chance of you finding one because it's not gonna get damaged. So I think this is like if you're getting like a fighting game comic, this one is like my coveted pick, and then there's another one after this that I think, but this one right here is like if you're gonna get a Killer Instinct book, this is definitely the one to get. Jim Lee signed it, and that's all you need to know. Like if Jim Lee has his signature on it, is gold. So that was my pick.
No, it's cool, man. I mean, like I saw there's this one that just sold. It has 11 fucking signatures on it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's not in the greatest condition, but I'm sure that's, I mean, 9.0, 9.2, that ain't going, that no one's selling that. They're getting that just to have and to hold.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I like that, man. That's cool.
Yep.
Pickles, man. What do you think about this? Like, I personally think it's cool. Like, usually those sketch or blank covers, they don't really do it for me. But I think they did a good job with this, man. What do you think?
Well, especially because it's like every time you see those, it's like just a white book.
Yeah.
Like I like that this is black. I like that they added the blood spatter, a little bit of like, and put it right in the middle too, as opposed to up at the top where you just leave the blank page.
Sure.
I do like that as well. This is a game that I was like surprised, like not only that they haven't done like a live action kind of variant on it, but like have they ever even done like an animated anything? Like I feel like this would lend itself to like more of an anime style thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It's I mean, I think
it seems to have
like
a pretty cult following.
They've never even done any collaborations. Like Capcom was never interested in merging. Like they never. You think like such a big property, like you'd have like developers, like you know, like a Capcom or a SNK or a Sega, like yo, like let's cross over, like let's do some shit. That's cool. And the only person that seems to be open to it was Ed Boon. So and I think Microsoft needs a boost for whatever's going on with them. So I like we would probably see this in like a crossover of that magnitude. That would be huge. So yeah, I think it'll happen.
No, man, this is a great pick. I mean, everyone in the chat, or not everyone, but like people in the chat were saying, I mean, they've never seen this before, so it's cool. And then, you know, CGC now gold, giving the gold to like, you know, signature verification. That's a lot of signatures to verify, but I mean, you have that possibility too. I feel like someone bought this for like $100. They're not gonna sell it. You know, they're keeping it for themselves. Or
especially in high grade, because like people are putting this up in high grade and they're like, well, fuck this. Like I can't do anything with it. So here you go.
Yeah. Dark Souls.
Yo. Cool. So Dark Souls is one of those properties with like a dedicated fan base. I have a friend who has a 13-year-old daughter, and she's like super into like the Soul series. And a lot of kids come into the shop. Some 11-year-old came in with his dad, and the dad, he's like a regular. He was telling me, like, yeah, I was playing Elden Ring, and then my son wanted to play, and then now he's got like 500 hours on the game. So I think the Soul series has kind of ascended to this status where like younger kids are playing it. And I think that there's not much, there's lore in the game, but it's very like subtle. So you kind of have to like watch YouTube videos and do all this other shit. So I think that there's like a really dedicated cult following to this game that's really passionate about it. Kids are growing up with this game. So once they get old enough, they're going to want to seek out, they're going to want to know about the world. And then, you know, I could be personally, I could see these kids going to Barnes and Nobles, going to a comic book store and being like, well, I want to know more about this game that I've been playing. There doesn't seem to be much story. So they're going to seek out the books, the information. So the comics can kind of bridge, you know, it can kind of quench their thirst for wanting to know about the world the Souls series. So that's why I had that pick. That's the first appearance. I saw one sell for like $50 once. So I know there's some retailer incentives of the first one. But I think like if you're gonna speculate on video game comics, this is the number one to like hold on to. If you could get a good deal on the first appearance, buy it, because I think this is going to be a franchise for RPGs and dark fantasy for like years to come.
That's cool, man. I like it. There's also a board game for this, so like it crosses all genres for sure. Pickels, I feel like this is like right up your alley as far as like comic books are concerned. Because your soul is dark.
Because of the darkness.
Because your soul is dark.
Because I have the darkness inside me doth brimeth out.
Yes. And Titan Publishing, I mean, like that's a cool imprint. What are your thoughts on this, man?
No, yeah, I like this. I know I played the games, at least some of the older ones on my what was it, probably 360 and the one before that. I don't remember when they jumped into numbers like off of just the straight Xbox, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I played them. I just don't remember them all that well. I remember enjoying them. I mean, you can play them forever. It's similar. It's a slightly easier version of the game that I haven't tried playing yet because people were getting all pissed off. That Elden Ring or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen videos of that.
Elden Ring is the easiest.
Oh, really?
Elden Ring's the easiest?
Yes. I finished all of them. Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Then they have Bloodborne. And then I think Elden Ring came after that one.
Jesus, I heard that's the hardest game ever.
No, it's not. Elden Ring is like the easiest of the Soul series. I promise you. That one's the most accessible.
Somebody asked me if I'd played it before, and I was just like, nope. I was like, I don't have any interest. And they're like, no. And I'm like, I've seen the freaking videos of people doing it. I don't want to just like sit there and barrel roll the whole game trying to avoid. It's like my controller will die.
I will die.
Because it's like every video, it's like the dude's just like rolling, like trying to get away from some big ass monster.
Oh, is that what they do? That's fucking funny. I like the pick too, man. I like the combination of like a tough, the cover's it's really cool. It's Titan Comic Book Publishing, which they come out with some pretty cool properties. But obviously lower print run. And I just like the whole the genre of people that will probably want this comic book. It's pretty cool. Nice pick.
A friend of mine named her cat after one of the characters in there. Like a lot of girls are really into like Dark Souls. Yeah, so that's another thing to think about. Like when you hit the female demographic by like a large like that's when I start paying attention, when like women are like interested in a certain property. Like that's when I'm like, okay, like we got something here.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And Tekken, man, this is like your other pick.
Oh, so right now, I think the Tekken series is like white hot. A lot of people really talk about it in the fighting game community. I would say out of the three right now, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken, I think Tekken probably has the most like steam right now. So I was thinking about like, does Tekken even have comics? So I know that they did one on Image. They did a few, but this one in particular, it's a really hard book to find. So there's this one that's $25. So I see that it sells for $25, but the listings that I see on eBay are like $75. So I don't know if people are like putting it up. People are like putting it up for cheap prices because they don't know what they have. But this is a pretty rare book, and especially like in near mint condition. I seen a 9.4 on eBay, like being listed for like $600.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So, and then there's also a virgin variant of this listed for $100. So I can't imagine that there's many copies of this. Like, who gave a shit about Tekken 2 in 1997? This is before Tekken 3. So this is the first So nobody gave a shit about this. Everybody threw it away, fucked it up, tossed it around. So now this is the big brain move here. Let's say you find a Near Mint copy, and you pay $25, right? If you're a big Tekken fan, you go to the tournaments, you do all this shit. You go to these tournaments, the creator of Tekken is always walking around. So maybe you can get him to sign the book for you. And then you send it to CGC. Since you don't need some slime ball walking around over you, the door is open to like getting like these crazy like grails. You get Harada's signature on this, like on a book that's hard to find in near mint condition, and then now we're talking like you get interest from like actual Tekken fans and actual comic book fans, because people that love Tekken are crazy about it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pick this one in particular because there's not many listed on eBay. You could get one for cheap, but you always have to like constantly look for what you're doing. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
It's my favorite one out of all the ones you sent me. I think this one's my favorite for like the buy-in. The cover's like perfect. It looks like a video game cover, you know, like for the video game art. Pickels, who is your favorite Tekken guy to use? Not named Jin.
I don't know.
Did you not play this game?
Not a lot. No.
Oh, Martial Law. That was my favorite.
I was more of a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat were my fighting games.
You didn't do like Virtua Fighter?
I did. I usually use that friggin' dude with the leopard mask.
The what?
The leopard mask guy.
Leather mask guy.
He was the wrestler.
King,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Virtua Fighter. Like Tekken, I remember the guys. I just don't remember the names of them.
Yeah,
I didn't like follow the series. It was just like I would like run through the storyline of the game real quick, and that was about it.
Yeah. Negan was in Tekken. Negan from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I remember that. I liked Tekken 2 because like it was one of those. It was like the first, from what I remember, a game where like Mortal Kombat kind of was like that, but I think Tekken did a better job. Like the storyline of each character, so it made you like play each character. Because like there was a story like, oh, you know, like this guy's fighting because his sister was killed by the Tekken company or whatever. The movie was cinema grade A diamonds, in my opinion. It was horrible. But the show on Netflix, you guys haven't seen the Tekken show on Netflix, man? Dude,
no.
Like that was a nice anime for sure. I liked it. And last but not least, ones I'm hunting personally and last issues kind of want to talk about. Darkstalkers #6. I actually have almost the whole series, but that used to be a video game. I don't know if you guys know, but I think all the covers on the Darkstalkers are pretty cool. I know Brian McClay's talked about it on his shows as well, and so I kind of went on this weird hunt. But that issue #6 is a Scotty Young variant. That's Udon Publishing, the one we were talking about earlier. They published Darkstalkers. I don't know if you could find that in back issue pins, but like it's a Scotty Young variant, so it goes for like pretty high money or pretty good money in high grade. That Metal Gear Solid, we talked about that earlier. I'm on the hunt for it, but I don't know. Like just talking with you guys, I don't know if I'll pay like more than $150 for it, just because it'd appear like, oh, I have extra money to like just buy.
Listen, you could buy a sealed copy of Metal Gear Solid for PS1.
Exactly, and that was kind of my thought process over it, right? And then grade it, and whatever, it looked kind of cool. That Castlevania 5 is the last issue of that series. I think the Castlevania comic book series, I didn't talk about it because I felt people knew about it already. And actually on Tuesday, again, I'm going to talk about a manga that is actually Castlevania's first appearance. So join us on Tuesday, the Ronin 5 show with those guys there. I'll be talking about some first appearances. What?
The Michael Turner Devil May Cry was pretty.
Yeah, that was I have that cover somewhere. But that's a pretty good one, dude. If you could find that signed by Michael Turner and get that graded high grade, that'd be pretty cool. And then Fedora, I mean, like we always talk about fucking Cyberpunk 2077. I'm actually kind of torn on this, and I want to get your guys' opinion. So, would you rather have this issue for $1,300 or the Cyberpunk Xbox console for $700 sealed?
Which one's more rare?
It's a good question. I mean, probably the comic book, but I don't know. It's a console for like $500 less.
I would probably just get the book because I'd be too worried I'd play the console.
Don't you have an Xbox though?
Yeah.
So why would you open it then?
Because what if mine dies and I want to play that one? why would I buy another one?
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that, but okay. So you'd rather get the comic book?
What's the box look like?
Hold on. God, do I have to do everything? Just kidding. Hold on.
I'm on a phone. I would do it, but
no, I'm just kidding. Cyberpunk 2777 console. Okay. So this is what it looks like inside. But like that's pretty cool, man. This is the whole deal. And this is CIB, so this isn't sealed. But
oh, it's an Xbox One?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I wouldn't open that then.
Can you
I would personally go for the console.
I would get the console only if I could get somebody to sign it, like one of the creators or the voice actors. Yeah,
Keanu Reeves.
I would do it. Yeah, probably.
Okay, let me ask you this: would you rather have Keanu Reeves sign the comic book or the console and have it graded and yeah?
It would probably be the comic book. Well, no.
I could see the console all day.
Yeah, it would be the console. It would be the because like how many fucking Keanu Reeves signed consoles are out? Yeah, I do the console. Then I'd find a way to get Keanu Reeves to sign it.
Yeah, hell yeah, I like that one too. And I got one more because I thought about this. I always like ask like kids like what they're into and stuff as far as like collectibles, and I had a bunch of nieces and nephews over. I was doing like these versus like kind of like matchups for like Nintendo characters, and I said, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Sonic? Because they all like were like picking Sonic over like Mario, Luigi, Princess, Toad, all that stuff, right? So I said, okay, would you rather have Sonic or Kirby? And they all said Kirby. They're like, Kirby can do anything. Kirby can eat you and spit you out like your wife.
Sonic can like run away though.
Nah, Kirby's got like a whole like universe in like his stomach, like a whole pocket dimension.
Yeah,
like the lore of Kirby is like ridiculous. Like it's
so.
Just...
Yeah, I'm kind of bullish on Kirby and Sonic, but I found this just on a quick search here. Hold on a second. I wouldn't buy this one necessarily, but I want to find the English version of this. It's a 1996 Nintendo NES Kirby's Adventure Extremely Rare comic book magazine. This is the German version. It's missing a couple pages, but at least people in the chat, if you're speculating on Kirby, which I think isn't a bad idea, if you can find this in the American version, like fully completed with the poster, this might be something that no one's really thinking of specking on right now. Because like, I know there's people out there that buy My Little fucking Pony, but you're not going to spec on this instead. Like, just kind of my opinion there. With that said, let's do the giveaway. Do you guys want to do a spin the wheel, or do you guys want to do like have the chat put some energy in there and pick their favorite? Let's actually do this real quick. Chat. What do you say?
No, I was gonna say that have the chat put their what based off of this show, which comic would you buy if you
and then we'll 3 vote on the best answer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go through. So to put in the giveaway, or if you want to be part of the giveaway, you have to say which comic book you think is best and give like a little snippet of why. So I'm gonna go through real quick. Killer Instinct #1 special. Earthworm Jim #1. The Witcher #1. Dragon Age comic books #1. Doom, the one-shot reprint. Street Fighter #1. Metal Gear Solid. You can pick the retail incentive as well. The Spawn video game ad. Game Boy. Killer Instinct ×3 signed, or 15. Dark Souls. The Tekken Saga, and any of these books. And I'll give you guys like a couple minutes to like figure it out.
And while they do the couple minutes, I wanna talk about the that Usagi Yojimbo book. You saw that they like people were talking about on CBSI.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah.
You know, it's weird. Like, I don't know how people find out about these books like so quickly, and I don't know, man. Like, cause like I saw it on CBSI, I saw on some other channels that don't even like I think subscribe to our channel. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe.
No, I mean, I follow the artist on Instagram. Like, I know who he is. So like anytime he posts something, like I'm always looking at the cards that he's doing. So like I'm very well connected with him. But you know, so that's why I picked it, you know. So he did the base set, but he did the Charizard card, for fuck's sake. And it's like, why wouldn't you buy that? Like, if you could get it for ratio price, guys. I saw some websites were selling it for 40, but it's a nice looking cover. Even somebody I knew bought it at Midtown, a customer I knew, because he said that he thought the cover was cool, so he just bought it. And then I was just like, yo, you know who that is, right? And he was just like, yeah. Oh, no, he didn't actually. And then I told him, he was like, holy shit. And I was like, yeah. So if you can get that book signed by him, which is nearly impossible because he doesn't really do conventions like that. And he's really like, it's really hard because when he does do a convention, it's really out of the way. Like it'd be in like Florida, like some weird convention in Florida, and people fly just to get his signatures on that Charizard card. So like, to put it into perspective, like if you get, he signs it and he remarks it as well because he's just such a nice guy.
Yeah. And
people, the signature adds like extra $1,000 value on the card. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that comic does once people start finding out, like, oh, this is Mitsuharu Harita. Like, he did the Michael Jordan of like trading cards, essentially. Like in sports, it's Michael Jordan, and in like nerd culture on the other side, it's Charizard. Like those are like the two coveted cards. So
I don't know. This is Soul Calibur. That's a great pick though. I remember Soul Calibur was a pretty cool game. Yeah, man. I mean, I'll highlight the book you're talking about in a second here, but should we pick a winner? None of you guys saw it. I try highlighting all the answers.
I'll let you pick the winner first.
Jason, did you see any ones that you liked in particular?
Wait, what's happening now? You're not putting them on a wheel?
No, I'm not putting them on the wheel. Are you fucking listening to the goddamn show?
No.
Southpaw Brad, stop it right there. No, I had the chat. If you want to be part of the contest, you have to put what was your favorite comic book, and then the reason why. So I'll just go through them again.
Mine was the Doom comic book, but that was just because of the artwork on it. I like that old Arthur Adams kind of like style looking stuff. I don't even know if he did the art, but it looked like it.
I kind of like not Iowans. They won already. You know what? I didn't necessarily say which. I'm gonna go with Brad's answer. Brad, you're the winner. That just cracked me up. I'm sorry. Brad, hit me up with your info. I'll send you the books. That just cracked me up, man. And Cody goes, easy, Brad. No, Brad, you are the winner of the best answer today. Send me your info. You got my Instagram, man. Just hit me up. I think I'll send you some in the past, but I thought it cracked me up. Next week when we do another show, I'll do a wheel. But man, Brad, that was fucking hilarious. The fourth best Brad one. Unbelievable. That's awesome. Rigged, I know, totally. But let's talk real quick before I let you guys go. So what was it? Usagi Yojimbo 2024 variant, I guess.
Because I told you about it like a week before it had even released, and no one was talking about it.
I know. I mean, this is the one, man. I mean, I tried to find LCSs. No one was ordering this book. I think, man, it's gonna be worth something like down the line. So, I mean, even at like $100, I feel like it's still a good book to get, man. And now, you know, like the whole, not a lot of people are buying Usagi Yojimbo comic books to get this incentive. But literally, I called 4 different stores, and they're like, all of them said, we don't get more than 5 copies of Usagi Yojimbo. Just no one just asks for it. And this wasn't under their radar. Very small sample size. However, with that said, it's a sample size nonetheless. I live in like near Seattle, so I can only think of one store that might have it that I didn't call, but all the other 5 or 6 that I did call, they're not even. This isn't even under their radar. So happy hunting. I'd pay $100 for this book and just hold on to it. It might be risky, but what Fedora just said, I mean, you have all of that kind of behind the scenes kind of deal. I probably wouldn't go over 100 on this just to kind of keep myself a little steady. But anyway, that's our show for today. The Good Brad is the winner today for the 2 signed George Perez comic books. I'll send those out to you next week. But before we go, Pickles, do you have any closing thoughts?
No.
Fedora,
any closing thoughts for us?
Next tape, next season, baby. Next season.
Yeah, what's up with that Julius Randle? That was hard.
Surgery.
Yeah,
I don't know why he did the surgery.
He's having season-ending surgery after being trying to rehab for like months or whatever it's been. They're just like, nope, surgery.
Yeah, that's his own fault. I don't know. I'm gonna say go UConn Huskies and go Iowa Hawkeyes. That's what I'm gonna say.
Is it still college basketball happening right now?
Get college basketball happening right now. Get college basketball happening right now. My name's Pickles. No one likes
I've already moved off into like hockey playoffs are coming up. Basketball playoffs are coming up.
Into cutting girls' fingers off and putting them in my room,
happening.
And then making dolls out of them.
Yeah, you should see them. It's like
I don't know what they said. That was weird.
It's like that Seinfeld episode with Fusilli Jerry. I do it with body parts.
Oh my God! With that said, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching us. Happy Sunday, I think. Bye.